Hi, this is Nancy with Scathingly Brilliant Idea. Welcome back to my appreciation challenge. We are on week 3, but before we get started with that, let me do a quick recap of week 2. The 2 pens I used this week was this Penlux Queen or Penlux Elite Queen and this Carolina Pen Company pocket pen in primary manipulation 4.5. And this has a fine nib. The Penlux had a medium nib. Now, I must say one of the things I have been enjoying about this challenge is the concentration on just 2 pens per week. I am notoriously an over inker and will typically have many pens inked in a month, anywhere from 10 to 12. And because I ink them all up at the beginning of the month, typically, I am using them not as evenly as I am being forced to by only selecting 2 pens per week. So that's already a plus I've noticed. In addition to writing in my journal, I shared with you I'm doing some doodles to get some more to get a better idea of how the ink and pen pairing are working. The Carolina Pen Company pocket pen was inked in the Van Diemen and Pen Chalet Arctic Sextant Brass, which was a nice match for this little coppery color that's in this resin. And the shimmer was fairly subtle. It shows up better in some places than others, probably because of the agitation I applied to it. But it's a very pretty color. I did not compare the base color to other browns yet. I was meaning to, but didn't get around to doing that yet. But it was fun to play with. And I was really surprised by this Penlux. You may recall this is the one pen I came home from the St. Louis Pen Show with that was something that, while I hadn't tried this brand yet, it was probably a pen I could have waited to purchase on sale at some point in the future if I really wanted to try it. But I must say I was pleasantly surprised by it. The nib was really excellent. It's a medium, and I had the Birmingham Pen Company Black Pearl inked in this. And that, while it was a boring combination, it kind of writes by itself. It reminded me quite a bit of the experience of writing with my Pilot Custom 845, which surprised me a little bit because this is only a steel nib. And one of the things that I think I found appealing about this is the pen is so heavy, it kind of writes by itself. For comparison, I pulled out a couple of other heavier pens I have, and I'm going to weigh them for you here. So this pen clocks in at 42 grams. My Homo sapiens clocks in at 55. And this is an all-metal pen, so it's pretty heavy as well. My ST DuPont Line D Large is 45. But uncapped, I think it is the heaviest pen because of this metal section and it's a piston mechanism. So uncapped, it is 31 grams, whereas most of the weight in the Homo sapiens is in the cap itself. This is 28. So this, when you're writing with it, because I don't post my pens, the Penlux is heavier than the Homo sapiens. Now let's compare it to the Line D Large. that's 26. So this is the heaviest pen I have while writing, which is one of the things that I picked up on right away. And I don't know that it would be something I'd want to do every day, but it was a surprising feel or an experience. So the other thing that I did this week for all of my decoration in my journals and planners, I had this selection of a maker sticker. So I went through those sticker books and I've color coordinated some washi and some markers to go with it. And that was a quick review of last week. So let's go ahead and roll the dice for what's going to happen this week. Today is Sunday, so I usually do my planning on Sundays. I have completed all my entries this morning already, so I'm ready to roll the die. Okay, so I got a 9, a 7, and a 3. So the 8-sided die, the 7, is going to be for my ink, which is going to be an orange or a yellow. And the 10-sided die, which is the 9, is going to be for the country. So I need to use a pen from France that I have not used this year, paired with an orange or a yellow ink that I have not used this year. So in going back through my currently inked, I think I've used my St. DuPont. So that leaves my Carene's, or is my only other. And I had used the sea green in December and the amber in December. So let's see if I carried them over. I carried over the amber, but not the sea green. So it is going to be the sea green that I'm going to ink up with an orange or a yellow ink that I have not used this year yet. So let me go grab that and be right back. I went ahead and picked orange Indien, which is a Herbin ink, because I haven't used this in a really long time, and I thought it would be a nice summer color to use. So I'm going to go ahead and ink this up. I'm going to do the converter first. That's a lot. I probably don't need that much, but I'm not going to worry about it. I did write that Carolina Pen Company pocket pen dry. Of course, those converters don't hold much. Oh, I don't need to close that yet. Man, this cold or whatever it is I've had for the last week now is really knocking my socks off. It is, you can still hear it in my voice. I'm just, ugh. Oh, it looks like I didn't clean this well enough. Let's do this on a test run first. Okay, that looks nice. So let's go ahead and do a swatch on the page. And I'm going to use the correct one this time. I flip-flopped them last time. So I have a spoon, glass spoon. sea green, and I believe this is an extra fine. This is something I found last year at the St. Louis Pen Show. So I guess it's only fitting that I pull it out again a year after I picked it up. Okay, so I'm going to pair this with the new pen of my choice, which is going to be this TriStar Studios pen that I have inked with a stub nib that I have inked up in this Vinta Quiapo. So let me put a little bit of a swatch down for that. Kind of similar colors, Nancy. Oh well, I'll be doing a lot of orange. That one turns a little more, it's a sheener, and so sheener and shader, it'll turn a little bit more brown, I believe. Oops, wrong box. Into Quiapo, and it's, I believe, Golden Hour. And this is my TriStar Studio. Black African wood. With the, I'll just call it resin. It's that Hermitage resin. I guess I need to say it's a stub. Okay, so the 3 that I rolled was for my ephemera or my decorations. So that is gifted stickers. Okay, so I will pull out some stickers that I have been gifted and some washi or other ephemera to go with it, and show you that after I complete that. Okay, I'm back, and I have selected some stickers I received and ephemera I received from exchanges last year. This one was from Joanna, and this was through the Little Cocoa Studio exchange, and she is in England. And so I received some unique Peanuts things that were from the Royal Post and lots of other things that she's gathered from her long passion with stationery. I also picked up some things from another exchange. This is with Psychonaut Journaling. This was through Atlas Stationers. It was actually an ink swap, but she generously sent me a lot of pet tape too. So I have a lot to pick from there. This one is from my sister, who sent me some extra stickers that she wanted to pass along to me. And then this one you may recognize from Yamame Cat. I received these as a gift at the St. Louis Pen Show. So because I've got 2 pretty much very identical inks that I picked out, which I will make work. The washi I've preliminarily picked. I may end up supplementing this, but I went with pretty much neutrals to coordinate with the variety of stickers that I'll probably end up using. And I swatched them all here for you. But I have lots of other neutrals that I could pick that I haven't used yet this year as well, or have used minimally this year. I might have used this once or twice or this once or twice, but I know I haven't used many of these others. Before I finished editing this video, I had gone ahead and pre-decorated some of my pages, so I thought I would show you a before the pen so that you can see how I ended up supplementing some of my initial choices and how I have it set up for the week. Again, kind of really limited myself given these two colors, but that's okay. There's a little bit of green sheen that's showing up, at least on this Graphilo paper. So I ended up adding some washi to go with some of the themes that I went with. So these are some of the stickers in my journal. I set this up kind of as an ocean theme. I have this as a black and white theme, a little bit more of a color there, and I can add to this if I need later. This is my reflections page, which I have set up this way. One of the things I have been liking to do is when I have transparent stickers or stickers especially with sayings, I'll just scribble some color underneath it to add some color to the page. I did pull out some of these. Where is my sheet? Okay, I did pull out some markers. I've got a couple of acrylic markers, and then I have these Sailor Shikiori felt tip markers that have a fine point on one end and a brush tip on the other. So I pulled some colors to go out there. In my health and wellness tracker, I've got this set up for now, and then in my personal planner, I use some little teeny tiny stickers I got, which makes it fun to have just a little bit of extra flash there. That's it for my week 3 challenge that I'm going to embark on this week. I also, when I have the energy, I'm going to put together another video of projects that I want to pick up again this month in my appreciation challenge, because I tend to start projects and then not finish them, or I get very ambitious creative spurts and then kind of drop things. So I've made a list of those. I'm covering that in a separate video. Until then, bye.